Merry Christmas, Taurus. Dadhichi here again. It's the last monthly synopsis for the year 2013, December here. I'm just looking at your horoscope and seeing these very strong karmic influences still impacting very much on your horoscope. And it's going to be very hard for you to escape that for the time being. I mean, I'm going to give you some of the important transits here, but a focus is still necessary there on eliminating elements of your past, those relationships that are still obviously going to be part of your life, but which are now, having served their purpose, need to be just put to the side so you can move forward. 2014 is a very important time, especially for relationships. We see that the recent combination of Mercury and Saturn and your North Node or karmic point, and then that passing transit of Venus in this last month to Pluto. So all very, very intense aspects. And now we see a new moon taking place in your 8th house of sexuality, 8th house of more intimate sort of arena of your life. So certainly a time when opening up those lines of communication is going to help you to feel more satisfied in that part of your life. You see, Mercury, Sun, up until the 11th of the month, forming some fairly powerful aspects there to Uranus, Neptune. These are what we call the transpersonal planets. So often when these aspects are taking place, there are circumstances that are outside of our control. But I don't think this is anything that's going to really or should hold you back, basically because that placement of Venus, which we see in the upper part of your horoscope, is going to really set the trend for you in the coming new year. Venus in your 10th house very shortly will give you a renewed sense of confidence. You know, the 10th house is the apex of the horoscope, along with the 9th house, which is where it's transiting now, which is the most powerful triangular house of the zodiac, which has more to do with the spirituality and the higher mind. The 10th house is going to have a lot more to do with your career and your, I suppose, the development of your ego, your personal esteem. In any case, this is very, very positive, and I think that you have to be careful that you don't bury a lot of these other intimate aspects of your relationships under the rug while the outer side of your life starts to really, really pick up. It's important to get that balance, the inner against the outer. And we still see that's going to happen for years and years now, the position of Neptune in that 11th house. And I say to you born under the sign of the bull that it's important to try to break free of the established rules of engagement, the circle of friends that you've had. Not discard them, but I'm saying you need to extend that and to look further afield and to break free of that comfort zone. And now's the time to do that, especially when you've got this powerful Venus in the situation where it's going to give you that enhanced self-esteem. Powerful communications after the 11th are shown by Mercury to Uranus. So you can try some unconventional techniques if you're trying to break through to your partner at this time, because Uranus is notorious for that. Now, I'm not saying you need to be underhanded, but you can try something that catches your partner or your friend off guard, and that's going to have maximum impact, particularly for resolving these deeper, stubborn issues, those emotional issues, that emotional terrain that is sometimes off limits to some of you born under Taurus. We do see some extraordinarily difficult responsibilities arising, and this is just before Christmas, unfortunately, around the 21st of December, the very powerful aspect of Saturn to the Sun that we've already alluded to, and it depends on which specific date in Taurus you're born under, but we see generally the sense of responsibility, carrying other people, and especially if you're in a married or de facto relationship, a spousal relationship, then the responsibilities are even greater. We see the movement of the Sun and Mercury into the 9th house after the 22nd. Leading up to that time, obviously an excellent time for many of you born under Taurus to travel and to reinstate some areas of your studies. This is a perfect time for doing that. And we see too that the position of Mercury on the 24th does highlight some reconnection, I think, and a very powerful one at that, with someone you may not have been in touch with for a long time. So it's about reconnecting with those people. I said earlier, extending friendship. It may not necessarily even mean starting new friendships, but re-engaging those people you haven't had a chance to communicate with for a long time. Be careful of the Mars-Uranus opposition on and around the 25th. This is taking place in your 6th house of health. So Mars is basically moving into that 6th sector on the 8th. You'll start to see the energies picking up very, very strongly there. Now, it could be that you have a lot on your plate just now. It makes sense with Christmas. But you could be angry about what it is you have to do. And this is the time for you to delegate your work and get people in your closest circle to assist you. The Sun and Mercury conjoin on the 29th. Excellent time to travel. And we do see the last few aspects of the month a little bit difficult. Mercury, Sun and Mars all in right angles there. So be careful on the 30th, 31st. But some very powerful opportunities for you to re-engage, even with people that you may not be too happy with, leading up to the 31st and into the new year. For more detailed information, as usual, I give you the website to look at, astrology.com.au. We have more detailed analysis there, even down to the day-by-day forecasts. And I do look forward to your continued company here. And thank you for your renewed faith in what I have to offer here, albeit succinct. And I'll see you in the new year. Have a safe and prosperous Christmas and Happy New Year. Bye-bye.